Thanks for joining the program. There's a couple of things I want to go over here in the intro is isometric contractions and what we're going to be doing with our pails and rails, our cars, but also bracing and breathing. So we're going to start from the bottom, such as our breathing, and then we'll go through our bracing and our pails and rails. So with breathing, it can kind of get confusing, and there's been a lot of different talk about what to do with that. And so I want you to lay down on the floor and put your stomach on the floor first, all right? And hands underneath your chin. And I want you to just kind of breathe naturally and feel your pressure of your breath against the ground. And start directing your breath into your back, just below your ribs back here. So you're gonna inhale back here and then let the air come down so you feel your low belly push into the ground, all right? So big inhales here, and then you should feel your body kind of get lifted off the ground from nice and low here, all right? So this is gonna help push air down deep, and we're trying to activate our pelvic floor and our glutes, and then that's going to work well with the rest of our abs and how our abs actually work, which is going to bring us into the next point of bracing. All right, but keep laying on your stomach. Do 5 big inhales. Really try to inhale and push your back up, and then push the air in nice and low. All right, so anytime you need to kind of remember how to breathe or you want to relax, go ahead, lay down on the ground, hand underneath your chin, all right? And then if you're having a hard time breathing into your back, go ahead and lay on your back. And then when you inhale, try to push this little middle area into the ground. All right, so that's breathing. And now we're going to get into bracing. And there's a bunch of different methods that have been taught over a long period of time, but what I'm going to teach you here is really about being able to brace and move at the same time. And overall in life, that's going to be one of the most important things. And so now that we've talked about breathing and your pelvic floor should be working, that's going to help activate the rest of your abs, all right? So kind of talk you through the 3 different ways that you can brace. And the final step is going to be the accumulation of the other 2. All right. So a lot of people will try to suck in when they're bracing. All right. And that's, you're trying to show off your abs, or you're just trying to suck in and, not let your stomach show. All right. So this works in certain circumstances. Sometimes you'll get a lot of this in Pilates and other type of ab work. So this is one, and so then we're going to combine this with pushing out all the way. And it's kind of like if you're going to show someone your belly or you're goofing off with your kids, you're just going to push your belly out as far as you can. All right. So both of these, we're working our abs just slightly differently, but this final one, we're going to combine those 2. All right. And this final way, you're going to be able to breathe through that, and your spine and hips are really going to be just strong and in place, and you'll be able to move while braced like that. All right, so make sure you can do both of those. You can stick your belly out all the way, and then you can suck it in all the way. All right, so this third one is you're going to suck it in, and now you're going to push it out. All right, and it should just feel rock hard all the way around, all right? If you need practice on what that's like while sucking in and pushing out, is stick your own fingers into your sides and then just push your belly out against your fingers, all right? So now exhale all the way, stick your fingers in your side, and then push out against your fingers, all right? And now everything should be nice, locked in place, and you might even feel your glutes and low back kind of fire up, all right? But getting your sides to fire and your back to fire are really important, all right? So now that you're braced, practice breathing in through the back and into your low abs while you're activating your abs at the same time. and this is going to be your strongest position when you're deadlifting, you're squatting, you're picking something up, and you're putting something overhead, is you really need to maintain this spinal integrity while you're able to breathe at the same time. All right, breathing, bracing, and now our isometric contractions for our pails and rails, and then we'll go and do our cars. All right, so isometric contraction is a contraction where your body part doesn't actually move at all. And these are really important just for creating force around a joint. And this is going to be an important part of the program here in maintaining your joint health. All right, so an example here is I'm going to get into a deep runner's lunge. All right, and so if you see my knee moving out and in here, all right, I'm going to pretend that there's an immovable force on the outside of my knee. All right, so I'm going to create force in my butt, in my leg, and it's like I'm pushing out. So if you need practice, put your hand out there and push into that hand without overcoming the hand pressure out there. All right, so put the hand out there and just press into it, and you can kind of feel that contraction grow within that joint without you moving that hand. So now go to the inside and push in on the inside of that hand, and now you'll feel all those muscles on the inside of the leg fire as well. All right, so we're going to go through a series of these, within your workout, and it may be for a shoulder overhead, and we'll have a band to give you a little extra stretch, and then you're going to contract against that stretch without actually moving that joint. All right, and those are going to be involved in your pails and rails. The next one here is the car, and the car is about moving your joint through the full range of motion. But when you're doing this, you want to feel like you are contracting against something and you are slowly moving through that range of motion. All right, so I'm here squeezing that joint, squeezing those muscles as I move my upper arm through the full range of motion. But I'm contracting muscles relatively hard through that entire range of motion. All right, and so this is going to teach us to breathe, brace, and move our joints all in a very healthy, strong way, so that we're getting the most out of our program and that we're getting the most out of what our body can give us. So thanks for joining again, and looking forward to working with you.